Everyone, welcome back. So, a brand new Lord of the Rings movie is coming, and somehow Stephen Colbert is behind it. Yeah, that's Stephen Colbert. But what's even more surprising, the story is based on might already exist, hidden inside Tolkien's original book. Let's break it down. So, the upcoming Lord of the Rings Shadow of the Past isn't just another sequel, it's doing something way more interesting because instead of continuing the story in a traditional way, it's going back and pulling from chapters that were completely skipped in the original movie, specifically parts of the Fellowship of the Ring. Now, if you have watched the films, you probably don't even know these chapters exist. But in Tolkien's book, there's a whole section early in the journey that never made it to the big screen, and that's exactly what the movie he is adapting. We are talking about chapters leading to one major moment, Fog on the Barrow Downs. In this part of the story, Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin get lost in a mysterious haunted region, and things go from bad to worse because they are captured by Borrowitz, this ancient undead spirits that trap them inside burial mounds. It's dark, it's airy, and honestly way more horror like than anything we saw in the original trilogy. But here's the biggest twist: the one character who saves them, Tom Bombadil. If that sounds unfamiliar, that's because he was completely cut from the movies, and yet in Tolkien's lore, he's one of the most powerful, mysterious beings in the Middle Earth. He's immune to the ring, completely unaffected by its corruption, and operates on a level that even Gandalf doesn't fully explain. So bringing him into a movie, that alone is a huge deal. But here's where things gets complicated, because Shadow of the Past is not set during Fellowship of the Ring. It's actually set about 14 years after Return of the King. So how does that work? So how do you tell an early story adventure in a later timeline? The answer is something called a framing device. Basically, the movie will likely have two timelines, one in the present where we see life after the events of the original trilogy, and one in the past where the Burrows Down story actually plays out. And there is a key clue that supports this. Sam's daughter is expected to appear in the film, which means we are definitely spending time in the future timeline. So, most likely, this movie will show older characters reflecting on or retelling events from their past, almost like a hidden chapter being revealed years later. And honestly, that's kind of brilliant because it lets the movie stay true to Tolkien's original story without messing the established timeline. And if anyone's going to respect Tolkien's work, it's Stephen Colbert. The guy is a massive Lord of the Rings fan, like deep lore, Elvis speaking, full commitment. So it's very unlikely that this project is just a random spin-off. It's probably something carefully designed to expand the story without breaking it, and that's important because Lord of the Ring isn't like Marvel or Star Wars. You can't just throw in new content and hope it works. Fans expect consistency, respect for the lore, and meaningful storytelling. So, by adapting something Tolkien actually wrote but audiences never got to see on screen, this movie might hit that perfect balance. Familiar but still completely new. And if done right, we could finally get one of the most mysterious parts of Middle Earth brought to life with horror elements, deep lore, and a character fans have been waiting decades to see. So, yeah, Lord of the Rings movie written by Stephen Colbert sounds unexpected, but the story it's pulling from that might be one of the smartest choices they could have made. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.